Yo, I think it might be over. I think we can unmute. I hope so. Okay, midstream didn't last very long. Let's hope that it continues like that. Anyway, yo-ho everyone! I hope you're all doing well today. Sorry about that. It just keeps happening a lot lately. Way more than usual. And it's really annoying. Oh well. One day I'm gonna go out and complain. But for now, we gotta bear with it, I guess. So, I'm gonna be, well, I am already working on Lime's Goblin today. This is Lime's OC. Next D&D OC. It's nearly done, so today I'm gonna try to keep going until I finish completely, because as the title says, I promise I'm finishing an art today. I'm finishing this today. Let's go. Ha habido suerte, hay días que no hay tanta suerte. Ayer fueron 2 horas y fue muy terrible. Cualquier día voy a salir a quejarme. Pero bueno, de momento vamos haciendo... Quizás no parece muy goblin, pero sí es una niña goblin. Tiene una historia detrás, pero eso se lo dejo a Lime para que lo cuente. Será para la siguiente campaña, que igual que la anterior vez, en la anterior campaña era como, guau, qué ganas de la siguiente campaña. Y ahora que estamos en la siguiente campaña es como, qué ganas de la siguiente campaña. You know when you're doing a D&D campaign and you're already thinking of the next? And it's like, wow, can't wait for the next D&D campaign. And the current one is still not over. It always happens. It's just so fun to think about what next character to bring to a D&D campaign. Yo-hooo, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Pasaron cosas ayer, el trailer de Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah, eso parece. Kingdom Hearts 4 existe. It exists. No way. Guys, I'm so excited for so many games right now. Games that I probably won't be able to play, but guys, new Fire Emblem, new Xenoblade, wow! They look so good. Yo, Chris, ¿qué tal? Aquí estoy continuando un chibi. No se murió, sigue vivo, no puedo creerlo. Sí que parece poco terminado, porque hay cosas que se nota que están un poco en progreso, pero existe. De alguna manera existe. Hoy estoy decidida a terminar este chibi del todo. Así que vamos a estar haciendo stream hasta que termine. Este va a ser un stream de aguante. This is gonna be an endurance stream. Because I'm gonna be streaming until I finish this. Drawing hair is really complicated, but for me it's the most fun part. But I spent a long time like not deciding how to do the highlights, not knowing exactly how to do some parts of my hair coloring. Now I'm a lot happier with that, but it takes some time to decide on the way of doing it. Ya hago encargos, justamente, este chibi es un encargo. Los tengo en Vision. Voy a pasar el enlace si alguien quiere. I'm gonna send a link to where I got my commissions in case anyone is interested in checking that out. Here it is. Aquí tengo mis encargos. Ahora mismo tengo unos cuantos, pero hoy terminaré uno. Unos mínimo. Right now I've got some commissions ongoing, but I'm gonna finish one for sure. Today one commission is getting finished for sure. Let's go! I know I've got a lot of other drawings also, like halfway done, like the adoptable from last time, the pixel art from 2 weeks ago. All of those are still unfinished too, but I was like, okay, I want to finish these today. So that's the reason why I'm doing an entrance stream. Let's go. It shouldn't take too long because most of the coloring is already done. It's just polishing a lot of things. Painting the gold also. For example, here in the hairpins, we're gonna try to paint that a little bit like gold. Hoy es día de trabajar y hoy se trabaja duro. Today we gotta work hard. We're gonna work really hard. I really like how I painted a lot of the things in the chibi. Like the eyes, I really like how the eyes have turned out. Me gusta mucho cómo se ven los ojos, la verdad. Y también las medias. Mira la textura que quedan las medias, se ve súper suave. Me gusta mucho cómo ha quedado. I really like how it turned out. It feels like really soft. Here we go again. I might have to mute again. Just warning. Vamos a ver si así funciona. Así en teoría no debería haber tanto ruido. Si se me corta mucho la voz, decidme y veremos qué hacemos. Ahora en teoría no debería haber tanto problema. Ya no stream mute. Let's go. No more mute stream. Thank you for bearing with me. De momento todo bien, vamos a ver si sigue así. Me gusta mucho usar este pincel para dar textura al cabello, es súper divertido. I really like using this brush to give texture to the hair. Look at it from close up. It looks really good from far away. Me gusta mucho cómo se ve desde lejos. ¡Yo, Kai! ¿Qué tal? Bienvenido. Welcome to the stream. Having some noise struggles, but seems like things are gonna be fine now. Whee. Okay, before we continue, I'm gonna try finishing the eyelashes. Because the eyelashes are not finished yet. And I keep jumping from one thing to another. Voy saltando de un detalle en otro y así nunca acabamos. Y me gusta mucho cómo se ve. Vamos a acabar las pestañas. Las pestañas estas son las cosas que aún me cuestan un poco, porque a veces veo gente que hace pestañas súper detalladas. Es algo que por mucho tiempo yo no hice. Siempre las hacía como todas en color sólido. Nunca me había fijado que se podía poner tanto detalle y volumen en las pestañas. For a very long time I didn't realize that you could put so much volume and detail on eyelashes. And then I started noticing all the details that artists put in the eyelashes. They should actually have some more eyelashes. I used to do them only as like a solid color, but people put a lot of detail in them. Stuff like this. ¡Yosdi! ¿Qué tal? En color líquido. Ya no podemos hacerlas sólidas, ¿no? Ahora tienen que ser líquidas. It cannot be solid anymore. They have to be liquid now. What about gas eyelashes? What if we do gas eyelashes? How difficult could that be? ¿Cómo de difícil podría ser hacer pestañas de gas? Me gusta mucho poner el rojo encima para darle el volumen. Así se junta con como la parte de arriba de la pestaña. Creo que queda muy bonito. Con esta parte de aquí de dentro del ojo. Also with this part here, inside the eye. There we go. Y no pasa nada, Michi. Normalmente subo mis dibujos tanto a Twitter como a Blue Sky. Y si queréis verlos con antelación, ahora me estoy empezando a subirlos con antelación en Ko-fi. Para que la gente que esté suscrita como miembro en Ko-fi pueda verlos antes de tiempo. Y luego una semana después los subo a las otras redes sociales. Los subo... Voy a poner los links ya que estamos... Aquí. Es donde suelo subir la mayoría. Luego también aquí. This is where I usually post my finished drawings. This is where they are available publicly. And then in Coffee, I've started uploading my drawings ahead of time, so people can get anticipated access to them. Here. Coffee members get an early view into all my drawings from now on. I posted one yesterday, and it's gonna be publicly available from next week. I think the 16th, if I'm not calculating wrong. 16th or 17th, I think. A partir del día 17, el dibujo nuevo que subí ayer estará visible en todas las redes. Jeje. También a veces lo subo a Tumblr, pero no lo tengo tan activo. Bueno, hay una manera más rápida en realidad de ver todos mis links, que es por mi card. There's an easier way to find all my links, and it's through my card. Aquí es donde están todos mis links. Es como mi tarjeta online. Hay unos cuantos más, pero si no están ahí apuntados en mi card, no los uso tanto. If there's a social media of mine that is not here in my card, it means that I don't use it that much. But anything else, all the important sites where I put my work can be found here. Y muchas gracias. Espero que disfrutes de echarles un ojo. Tengo muchos dibujos desde hace mucho tiempo en realidad. Llevo subiendo mi arte en redes desde hace casi 2 décadas. I've been posting my art online for nearly 2 decades now. It's been a long time since I started. You can see a lot of my very old drawings on my DeviantArt. There's very old stuff in there. Hay cosas muy viejas en mi DeviantArt, por ejemplo, porque fue, creo que mi primera galería online. I think it was my very first online gallery where I started putting my art, and it has drawings from as far as 2010, I think. Creo que mi DeviantArt tiene dibujos desde como 2010 en realidad. Y llevo mucho tiempo dibujando. Dibujo desde que tengo memoria. Y postear mis dibujos online desde un tiempo después. I've been drawing since I had memory, and then I started posting my work online sometime after. The good thing is that this way I can see my improvement a lot better along the years. Puedo ver mi mejora mucho mejor, ya que tengo fácilmente accesibles mis dibujos antiguos. Puedo fácilmente encontrarlos y decir, ¡buah! Mi arte ha cambiado mucho. My art has changed a lot. I did show on stream one time some old drawings of mine, and it was an interesting experience. I think I still have the image that I did recently to show my style all along the years. Might still be here, but maybe I think it was from last year. I think I can easily find it though. No tengo aquí el archivo, pero sé cómo encontrarlo. Hice hacia finales del año pasado digamos, un resumen de cómo ha cambiado mi arte en los últimos años, desde que empecé a subir mi arte en redes. A ver si lo encuentro. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. You're gonna see a lot of difference. Vais a ver mucha diferencia. This is my art along the years. 2010. This was one of the first digital drawings I did. Sometimes I've wondered, how would I redraw a drawing like this nowadays? I've wanted to do some redraws for a while. I think it would be really fun. He pensado alguna vez en hacer rehacer dibujos de hace mucho tiempo como este y ver cómo los haría hoy en día. Creo que podría ser interesante. I think it could be really interesting. But yeah, there's how my art has been improving along the years. Last one from here is from 2025. This is from last year. Este es del año pasado. You can also see how my interests have changed along the years. Because you can see a little bit of Toho, you can see quite a bit of Granblue fantasy. There's a little bit of the things that I have liked along the years. Se ve un poco las cosas que me han ido gustando a lo largo de los años. Por ejemplo, hay un poco de Toho aquí, hay mucho Granblue aquí entre medio. Hay un poco de todo. Debo decir, uno de mis dibujos favoritos de todos los tiempos sigue siendo este, de 2017. Este dibujo tiene casi 10 años. Pero me gusta mucho. I really like this drawing a lot. And it's been almost a decade since I did it. I think this is still one of my best pieces ever. Creo que ese es aún uno de mis dibujos favoritos. Uno de mis mejores dibujos de todos los tiempos. Love the thumbs up! Didn't turn out that bad actually. I like the colors in this one a lot. Me gustan mucho los colores de este dibujo en realidad. El cómo destacan los ojos. Me gusta mucho cómo quedó. Really like how it turned out. The hair does not have the volume that I would give it nowadays. I would say it's like the part that needs the most work. The hair looks really flat, but also I wasn't really going for a very detailed shading at all. This is all flat colors. It was on purpose. But lines are definitely what needed more work in my oldest drawings. Las líneas son definitivamente lo que más mejora necesitaban mis dibujos antiguos. Pero esto es porque no usaba tableta en ese entonces. Usaba el ratón. Así que esa es mi excusa. These drawings were done without a tablet, by the way. That's why the lines are not so good. This is when I started already having a tablet. In this middle point between 2011 and 2012, this is where I got my tablet. That's how I started improving more and more in the next years. But the first two drawings were done without a tablet. So I'm very proud of past Yomi. She was doing her best even without a tablet. Sí. Thumbs up. Loco haciendo thumbs up. Misma energía. Same energy. I kinda wanna do a redraw now of my old drawings. That would be really fun, I think. Creo que sería muy divertido hacer un redibujo de mis dibujos antiguos. Hay algunos que me da curiosidad cómo se verían en mi estilo de hoy en día. There are some that I'm curious to see how they would look in my style nowadays. Maybe one day. When I manage to finish all the thousands of things that I've got halfway done. All my works in progress. I'm managing to finish a lot of them this year so far. Al menos este año estoy acabando muchos de mis dibujos que llevan muchos años a medias. Así que pronto podré empezar cosas nuevas. Be able to start working on new things soon. Put a little bit darker gradient at the tips. Con un poco más de degradado oscuro en las puntas. Así le da el efecto de que está como curvando. Yo como chico, ¿qué tal? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Working on a chibi today. Not gonna stop until I finish it. But it counts as an endurance stream. Yo, Johnnycat! Welcome! How's it going? Working time today. Take my word for it, it's a promise. Today I'm finishing this. Lo he prometido. Hoy termino este dibujo. Hoy se logra. Va a ser mucho rato de detallar el cabello, eso sí. It's gonna be a lot of time of detailing the hair though, that's for sure. It's the most fun part for me. I love detailing the hair so much. Me gusta mucho detallar el cabello. Mi parte favorita. Maybe the ghost is best if you don't complete all your unfinished business. Oh, you got a point there. Oh no. If I finish all my unfinished business, maybe I'm gonna disappear. If I finish all my unfinished drawings, that would be a problem for me. It's fine. You know what? There's always gonna be more work that I have to finish. So I think we don't have to worry about that. There's always more works in progress to continue. Siempre hay más dibujos a medias para acabar. Nunca voy a acabar de hacer todos. Me gusta hablar en Spanglish. No pasa nothing de understandeo suficiente. Dios, es muy terrible hablar en Spanglish. Mi cerebro no habla suficientemente rápido Spanglish. My brain cannot formulate Spanglish fast enough. ¡Ay, glad por eso! Also, one cool thing about painting is that from time to time you can compare how the drawing looks without the overpaint and with it. This is how it looked without the overpaint. This is how it looks now with all the painting details. This character is the OC of a friend of mine. Her name is Brencia, and she was adopted by the Goblin King. She was supposed to be like you know when magic creatures make deals with people? It's like, oh, I'm gonna give you power in exchange for your firstborn. She was the firstborn that was exchanged in that pact. The Goblin King wanted her as an ingredient, but then he got attached to the baby, and then she got adopted, and now she's the Goblin King's daughter. Tiene una historia muy graciosa. Es que, ¿sabéis cuando las criaturas mágicas hacen tratos con gente así de si me das a tu primer hijo, te voy a dar poder? Pues ella era la primogénita que iba a ser intercambiada por poder. ¿Pero qué pasó? El rey Goblin se encariñó con ella y ahora es su hija. No pudo usarla de ingrediente. Porque es como, oh no, ahora tengo una hija. La historia está muy graciosa. Tengo ganas de ver qué pasará en la campaña cuando empiece. ¡Y que vaya bien! ¡Mucha suerte hoy! Y gracias por pasarte, Michi. It's really fun to think about new D&D characters, but then the pain is having to wait until the campaign starts to be able to use them. It's still gonna be some time until she can get some screen time. Una cosa y no la sé bien. Simplemente hubo cosas que no entraban en sus cálculos. There were just some things that were not included in his calculations. Bien. Yo también tengo un personaje pensado para la misma campaña. También tengo ganas de llevarla. Siempre que me hago personajes para Dungeons and Dragons, acabo haciendo personajes muy de support, muy que puedan como curar a los demás. Siempre me toca ir de healer. Eso es mi constante. Siempre acabo siendo healer, de alguna manera. Y esta vez dije, voy a hacerme un personaje que no vaya a curar a nadie en la vida. Así que me he hecho a una monk que solo quiere pelear. Every time I make a D&D character, I end up making characters that are the supports of the party. I always end up making healers. In the last 2 long campaigns, I ended up having healers. But this time, for the next campaign, I decided that I don't want to be the healer anymore. I'm tired of being nice, I just want to go apeshit. So what I'm gonna do is make a character that just wants to fight. My next character is gonna want to fight. I'm never gonna heal anyone ever again. Cualquier cosa, pero normalmente si termino un guerrero, cualquier cosa que haga daño físicamente. Es que es muy divertido. Es muy divertido simplemente poder pegar. No tener que preocuparte de que todo el mundo tenga el HP bien. No, solo violencia. Mi próxima campaña, así es como voy a ir. The next campaign, that's how I'm gonna be. Only violence. No more healing. Put it glow here. It's not glow, it's just shine. Here we go. One cool thing about gold is that since it's very reflective, the shadows of gold are very saturated. They have like a bit of red in them. It's really interesting to add that effect when you're painting something that is supposed to look like gold. For example, in her eyes, I tried putting this very saturated orange here, so it looks more like gold. I also like that she looks a lot like an apple. She has apple vibes. Me gusta mucho que tiene aire de manzana. Parece una manzanita. It's like an apple. Only wants to fight in the haha I'm so competitive kind of way, or the haha I'm not mentally stable kind of way. In the past, was probably more like the second. in her current state of mind, she's probably more like the first. Like, the story of my character is that she used to stand in the way of travelers who were carrying, like, weapons to go challenge a big dungeon that there is in the world. She would, like, be in the way of the dungeon and challenge the people that went to challenge the dungeon to fight them, so they wouldn't reach the dungeon. And then she would, like, defeat all of them. Then one day, a very, very strong traveler came and destroyed her completely. She got utterly defeated for the first time. So much that she went down a bunch of levels and had to spend like a year recovering. And now she wants to find that person for a rematch. That's her backstory. She's so normal. La historia de mi personaje es que hay una dungeon muy grande en el mundo de donde van a estar los personajes, donde muchas veces van aventureros a retar esa dungeon. Y ella se ponía en el camino a la dungeon para retar a esos aventureros y que no llegaran a la dungeon. Ella simplemente quería pegarse con la gente que iba allí. Hasta que un día llegó alguien muy fuerte que le dio tremendísima golpiza y se quedó teniendo que recuperarse durante como un año. Y ahora quiere encontrar a esa persona para una revancha. Pero bueno, ahora está más tranquilita. Ahora ya no se pega con cualquiera que se le cruza el camino. Yo, Paulina, ¿qué tal? Welcome. Just tells you want to kill Colonel. No! That's not true. I mean, this is for the next campaign. Colonel is fine. He'll survive. I'm too attached to Colonel to want to kill him at this point, but every time that I see... Every time that... How to say this? I made the mistake of making... a character... How to say this? I made the mistake of making a male character. Not exactly mistake, but now it feels a little bit harder to interact with some characters. I don't know why. He's just too reserved. It just doesn't fit him to interact with some of the characters I would like to interact with. So I'm just there. The mistake is that he's male. No, nah, that's not the mistake. More like his personality, the mistake. But it's kind of unfair that it's how to say this without it sounding terrible. Have you ever drawn a female colonel? I have. I actually have, yeah. What could have been? I should have made a potato. Why did I make a robot? Robot with issues. You are like that. I'm just regretting some of my choices. Like, come on! How would you feel if you saw Google Doggy Time? No! Okay, it sounds a lot worse than what I mean to say. The thing is, how do you think I feel when I see that the three girls of the party are holding hands all together, and I, the lesbian of the group, I have to play a robot with issues. I'm complaining just to complain. I actually really enjoy the characters a lot as they are. ¡El lobo! Kernel nunca entenderá al lobo. Like all of this I'm saying it as a joke. I'm exaggerating. Estoy exagerando, no os preocupéis. I'm on the chair. I'm literally in the chair. Are you seeing this? This is how I feel. I'm in the chair. Both as the player and as the character. I am in the chair. I'm kinda in the chair. I brought this upon myself, so that's what I gotta deal with. It's okay. Like, he's got a couple of situations. But the situations are not gonna progress. It's really hard to progress those situations. It's really funny though. Make no mistake, I'm enjoying the characters a lot as they are. It feels nice to play a very different character from usual. Situationships? You just mentioned the lobo. I guess the lobo is one of them, but he will never understand him. And then there's also his bro. The bro that saved his life. Okay. Let's add some more texture over here. Yeah, this kind of thing, it's more fun if you see how the characters develop on their own in the end. It doesn't feel right to force these things. It's better if the relationships between the characters develop naturally, because things end up happening eventually. Dynamics end up appearing on their own just by having the characters interact, and that's the fun part. Hello kitty, welcome! How's it going? He doesn't have to understand, he has to feel. He's just so confused. The thing about the lobo, it's how to explain it? Harry, okay, thank you for clarifying. I'm used to the Latin pronunciation. Hey, glad you're doing good. So the thing about the current situation of the characters is that we have been doing this gauntlet, this tournament between guilds, and one of the guilds participating was the Guild of Druids. And in that Guild of Druids was this guy that is just a wolf. He turns into a wolf and he's basically like dressed up as a wolf all the time. He never says anything at all. He just observes from the distance. He's silent and mysterious and also a bit of a coward, because the first thing that he did when he saw us was run away. But for some reason he's got this weird connection to my character. That my character just doesn't understand. I got a very bad roll on inside when trying to understand him, so now I have permanently disadvantage on insight, trying to understand the wolf. He has no name, by the way. His name is the wolf, Lobo. There we go. But it's been really funny. Every moment of screen time of the wolf is gold. Cada momento del lobo en pantalla es oro en realidad. ¿De qué lo hablan? Es un señor de la campaña de Dungeons and Dragons, un NPC que es... ¿Cómo decirlo? Es difícil describirlo. Es un señor que actúa todo misterioso, nunca dice nada. Y tiene como esta especie de conexión extraña con mi personaje que mi personaje no entiende. Como que hubo una vez que se le quedó mirando y asintió silenciosamente. Y mi personaje simplemente estaba como, ¿qué está pasando? No entiendo. Okay, let's add a bit more light here. Maybe a bit more red like this. I want to add a little bit of red slightly in the hair, because a lot of her color palette is red. So I think it's gonna fit and add a bit of color variation to the hair. I can't wait to paint the clothes too. Something that I think is gonna be really fun is painting the velvet texture. Because velvet has a very specific texture. Quiero intentar darle un poco de toque de terciopelo a la capa, por ejemplo. Y es una textura que es bastante interesante de hacer. Voy a buscar referencias por eso. And I'm gonna look up some reference. ¿Viste la serie de Among Us? No, no la vi. No la vi, pero me acuerdo. Me acuerdo que hablamos de eso la última vez. Y me dejó muy en shock. Aún me parece increíble que exista eso. Okay, this is a pretty good reference, I think. I'm gonna put it here on the side. We're gonna use it for reference. It's really interesting the way that velvet works colors-wise. I'm gonna try to do something similar to it. Because the colors, the colors in the light of velvet do feel very saturated in comparison to the rest. Let's see if I can get that done approximately. There's also a lot of blurring the gradients. It's gonna need some work. Pero es verdad, tengo que agradecerle a la serie de Among Us para darme una idea para la pose. Gracias Among Us por tanto. Perdón por tan poco. Another thing that I think can help with this is adding a bit of lighter desaturated. Why not so desaturated? Something like this in the shadows. Look at that. Not bad. I think the fabric is gonna be really fun, I think. Here in the shadow, for example, it's an interior and it's very dark otherwise. We're gonna put a bit of that lighter color here. Same here. Dicen que está buena. Interesante. Tengo curiosidad por el lore de los Amogus. Yeah, this was Lime's design. Yep, this is a character fully designed by Lime and belongs to her. She's gonna be the character that she's gonna have in the next D&D campaign. El personaje fue diseñado por Lime y va a ser su personaje en la siguiente campaña de D&D. Tiene una paleta muy otoñal y además tiene este aspecto un poco de princesa, a la vez que se ve como muy de bosque. Es un diseño muy de cuento. Tiene temáticas y de cuentos. Es la hija del rey goblin. She's the daughter of the Goblin King. She's got this kind of fairy tale theme. Gonna be interesting to see in the next campaign what's gonna happen. Here the cape. Make the border lighter. ¡Yo, Sonic! ¿Qué tal? Welcome to the stream. Bienvenido de nuevo. She does look like a lobo grandma. No, lobo, ¿qué hiciste? What did the wolf do? No way. That's true though, the red cave really instantly makes things associated with fairy tales. Also the apple parts of design. It's got some things that are apple related. So overall it feels like a very fairy tale design because of that. Here. This is really fun to paint. Look at that. Whoa! The texture. Really fun to paint the texture. A little bit over here too. Lime! Look, I'm painting the velvet on the cape. That's how your goblin is doing. Regalo Pepsi, solo tengo Coca-Cola, lo siento. ¿Te sirve Coca-Cola? Yo ahorita no tengo ninguna de las dos. Porque ¿sabéis qué? No puedo beber bebidas con gas. Hacen que la rana se despierte. I actually cannot drink soft drinks. They make the frog wake up. Woohoo! This is super fun to paint. Blur it a little bit. I only consume the hard stuff. Only hard drinks. Like bricks. Cement. Hardest drinks. Remember to stay hydrated. I say as I take a bite of the wall. But yeah, we gotta stay hydrated. Hold on. I really like how it is looking. And of course, the ribbons here. I also need a little bit shine to. Was thinking like vodka or something. That's for babies. Real hard drinkers drink the hardest stuff. Hehe. I really like how it's turning out. I like making the interiors of the fabrics. These kinda desaturated purple sometimes. In contrast with the saturated colors of the outside fabric, makes them stand out a lot. Goblin. Every hour is goblin hour when you are a goblin. It feels like something she would say. Is it, Lime? Wow. You would say, "Goblins, goblin time," and goblin all over you. It's goblin time. Is it goblin time now? That's the important question. I guess that if you're a goblin, then every hour is goblin hour. Indeed. This is the... Wait, no, that's part of the ribbon actually. Okay. We're still missing a bunch of gold here and there, so let's do that now. I keep jumping from one thing to another. Sometimes I feel like my process is super chaotic. Cannot focus on only one thing. The orbs on one side turned out way bigger than on the other. We might have to fix some proportions. And tell them about the goblin lore. I mentioned a little bit about it earlier. Just a little bit of a summary. For context. Yo, Luis! Welcome! How's it going? Yay, indeed. You miss Goblin Lore! No! It's okay, you can tell it now. This is your child. We make it a little bit more size accurate, a bit better. True, you're at work. No! Foreign to talk about Goblin lore, but forced to work once again. Yeah, for context, this is Lime's next D&D character. Because for now we're still in a campaign. The campaign hasn't ended yet. I was checking the other day and the current campaign is already 2 years old. Estaba calculando el otro día y la campaña actual ya tiene 2 añitos. That's a lot of time. I wanna check references of gold orbs. Let's see. Gold orb. Okay, this is a lot better as a reference than just my brain. The shadow should mostly be at the center. Actually, wait, what if we paint it the opposite? We're gonna paint the shadow first, and then we're gonna do the light parts. We're gonna do it like this. Now, I'm gonna start adding some shine to it. Painting metal is hard. Pintar metal es difícil. Porque además como los reflejos cambian mucho según el entorno también. Es difícil saber exactamente cómo se van a reflejar las cosas. A no ser que sepas muy bien cómo iluminar. Yomi, ¿qué tal? Welcome to the stream. Estoy pintando oro. Tenemos como esto. Maybe it doesn't need to be super detailed. After all, the details here, they are very If you zoom in, you can see all the brush strokes. Igualmente si haces zoom aquí en los detalles, se ven todas las pinceladas y muchos detalles. Un poco de naranja más saturado y creo que se ven bien así. Si lo vemos de cerca, se ve un poco desastre, pero no hace falta verlo de cerca. Solo hay que verlo de lejos, ¿verdad? We don't have to look at them from up close, only from far away. Since this one's behind the face, we're gonna hide it in shadow a bit more. Now we add a bit of outline. We'll be able to zoom in and see every cell, every molecule, every atom, each tiny universe that's inside of the atoms. Oh my god. We're gonna need a way bigger canvas for that. Vamos a necesitar un lienzo mucho más grande para eso. It's gonna be like those images where you zoom in a very tiny window and then you can see the entirety of the house, and then you zoom in on the TV of the house and there's an even more detailed scene inside. Imagine all the worlds inside worlds and drawings inside drawings. It's gonna be like that. There we go. Okay. Got these. Now, next step. I think we should still finish painting a bit of the eyelashes. Once again, I keep jumping from one thing to another. Still haven't even finished the eyelashes. There's one more here in the middle. Bit of red on top. Now let's do the lower eyelash. Make this lower line a bit lighter and a bit more saturated. Make it a bit closer and closer to the lines. One day I want to try to practice studying eyes, because a lot of how I draw eyes nowadays, it's a lot from observing how other people draw eyes and trying to integrate those things to my style. But I feel like I still need to understand a lot about why those things are like that. You're making it gaseous. How did you pronounce that word? Because gas is gas. I guess it's gaseous. Yes, I'm trying to evaporate it into gas. But Yumi's eyes would look like hypothetically. No, these are not my eyes. These are Brencia's eyes. My eyes are very different. You've seen my eyes. A lot of you guys have seen my eyes. They only show up on special occasions, but may have seen them. There we go. Particularly difficult for you to understand eyes, not much exposure to the subject. Sometimes you gotta get out of the comfort zone and learn new things. Pues hay que aprender cosas nuevas, hay que salir de la zona de confort. Como prender ojos. Aprender zapatos, cierto. También aprender zapatos. Also learning how to draw shoes. Final detail in the eyes. A bit of brighter purple. And then a bit of their lineup here. This helps make the eyes look a bit more like glassy, a bit more gemstone-like. I don't know how to describe it. This a little bit more. I definitely need to study a bit more about how to paint eyes. But again, this is a chibi. We don't need to make it super realistic. It's better to also not like super complicate it or make it too realistic, or it's gonna look a bit uncanny. Su cabeza es más grande que su cuerpo. Es que es un chibi. Me ha tocado ser chibi por hoy. Por eso su cabeza es enorme. No pasa nada, ser chibi no está tan mal. Lo sé porque he sido chibi alguna vez. Es porque es muy lista, exacto. Ella entrena en la biblioteca. She trains at the library, that's why her head is so big. She's very smart. There we go. Okay, I think the eyes are done. I still think that this eyelash though... It turned out a little bit in the middle. I think we're gonna have to make it a bit more here. Feels a lot better here. Creo que está mucho mejor aquí esta pestaña. He reads a lot of books. He's very intelligent. Only in the library. Only cardio. He's missing a lot of physical training. It's okay, a wizard doesn't need anymore, right? What's a wizard gonna use strength for? For lifting more books? ¿Para qué usaría un hechicero más fuerza? Para levantar más libros. After playing Rose with the Beast, Rose is very strong. Rose is Lime's current character. I have drawn her a lot actually. You may have seen her around. Carry her wife. Rose can carry her 2 wives. Rose is living her best life. Not right now, because right now she's going through some stuff, but most of the time, Rose gets to enjoy 2 wives. I'm gonna go with this little frail baby. It's gonna be a new experience. I'm gonna be so free once I stop being a healer. I'm about to go on strike from healing. But one funny thing about my current character in D&D is that my gameplay is basically our gameplay. Every time that I'm in battle, I'm just aura maxing. I play a cleric. Cleric druid, technically, but mostly cleric right now. And a lot of the abilities that he has, they just put an aura around him that does things. So basically I just turn on the auras, and the auras do their thing every turn. I don't have to do anything else. It's just aura gameplay. I complain about healing, but it's kind of funny. Aura gameplay is kind of funny. I just stand there and do things. In the next campaign, I'm gonna go so anga-bunga. No one will be able to stop me. I was very unlucky in the rolls, that's true. I may be a cleric, but I'm walking the path of the warlock. And there's one thing about the warlocks, that it happened in the previous campaign, and it happens to a lot of other people. Warlocks roll ones all the time. I don't know what is it about warlocks, but they always roll super low. Yo, Nirvana, welcome! How's it going? We're doing a chibi today, and I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna continue until I finish it. Random adventure beat her up too hard. That's gonna be my next character. My next character is gonna be a monk, just because I want her to be able to stop arrows with her teeth. Maybe it's not the warlock, maybe it's the character closest to Maximilian. Oh, wait, you might be onto something. You might be onto something. And it has to be the player character, specifically, that is closest to Maximilian. Maximilian is an NPC that has appeared in both campaigns that we've done. And he always ends up being a very important friend to the party. Thank you! For some reason, both times, the character who is closest to him in the party ends up rolling a lot of ones. It has only happened twice. However, it's a bit too much of a coincidence. Oh yeah, let's put here. Will the next campaign also be set in the same universe? Different universe, actually. Right now we're playing in Eberron, which is one of the Dungeons & Dragons official settings. It's got like a very big mix of fantasy and technology. It's very Final Fantasy. That's how I would define it. It's basically like playing in a Final Fantasy. And the next campaign is gonna be in an original setting of the DM. Which also is like Final Fantasy, because we all love Final Fantasy so much. Oh no, the goblin knows him too! Well, you know your fate now. You're gonna be the one rolling ones this time. There's a lot of recurring characters in these campaigns because technically the worlds are connected in some way. Because the characters of the first campaign ended up in like the rift between worlds. So they can travel between different worlds. So now they can show up in any campaign that we do in the future. We've had a lot of mentions of our previous characters in the current campaign now. And every time it's like, wow, we miss them. We miss them so much. What are they doing right now? Wherever they are. Okay, let's at the highlights. I think the highlights are what adds a lot to the hair in the end. I always save them for last, but let's add them now. After we add the highlights, it's already gonna look very finished, I think. Your characters have become evil and will be the final boss. No! We have a theory right now, and it's that we think that the final boss is gonna be the same final boss as the other campaign. Things are kind of leading up to that, and it's being interesting. Because the final boss of the last campaign, we were not able to defeat him. We had to seal him. And the plot, right now the campaign that we're playing is the sequel of the previous. So things are connected. One of the playable characters is the daughter of one of the characters from the previous campaign. It's interesting. It's been really exciting so far. I wanna put it higher up. Even Tutor is the weekly boss again. Wow, same thing. Holy shit. If I had $1 for every time that has happened, I would have $2. Funny thing is that now there's some NPCs from the current world that are alternate versions of characters of the previous campaign. So we've got the versions of previous antagonists as our rivals now, but friendly rivals, and it's really cool. We are being very well fed. And we also found out that there was a version of our characters of the previous campaign that was from the new world that we are in. Because of course, if every person has a version in each different world, the characters from our previous campaign also have a version in that world. And they were dragons! They were dragons and they all died! And it was really sad. They existed a long time ago, and they are gone now. And we were exploring this entire continent that was full of history about that. And we ended up learning a lot about them and what they did. And it was like, oh no, this went horribly. But that also was an opportunity to design same characters but as dragons. I made Dragon Mayo. I miss Mayo so much. Here we go. I like how the highlights have turned out. I'm trying to make them a bit more circle-like, so they also go with the perspective lately. And I like the result. Let's add some more colors to them. Gonna add slightly more orange. Add a bit of difference in the highlight. Look at that. Spicy mayonnaise. It turned out so pretty. I think I've got the sketches. I think I've shown the sketches before. Hold on. I have to. I need to show you guys. Dragon Mayo. Dragon Mayo is so tasty. Wow. She's very perfect. Hold on. I think I've got the doodles right here. Where is she? Estoy buscando la Mayo Dragona que diseñé. ¡La encontré! Mayo Dragona. Es muy bonita. ¿Puedo? Tengo dos versiones de Mayo Dragona, en realidad. I have two versions of Dragon Mayo, by the way. Dragon Mayo! Goblin's dad is in the underworld jail for goblin crimes. That's the reason the goblin is going to join the party. He's in goblin jail for goblin crimes. That's gonna be really interesting. I can't wait. And then there's the other version of Dragon Mayo. I need to draw her again. She's so pretty. I love Dragon Mayo. I'm gonna have to draw her chibi at some point, by the way. I need to draw her chibi too. Of both versions. Here's the other version. I designed this one first. Because in the previous campaign, we did kind of find out about the dragon versions, but we did not find out what happened to them before that, so I ended up with two designs for Dragon Mayo. This one's missing the scales, but she's supposed to have scales. Back then we just thought that they were like very tall elves, so she doesn't have scales here. But then the other Dragon Mayo happened. She's so pretty and I love the color of the hair. It's slightly different from her current hair color, which is a lot more blue. It's very cyan right now. But this is like it's a lot more green. She's technically green woman. Green woman always good. I love Mayo so much. I miss her so much. Echo de menos a Mayo. Okay, another thing that I'm gonna do with the highlight, I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna keep it in a separate layer, and what I'm gonna do is gonna be blur. I'm gonna do this blur, and now it seems like it's glowing. Hehe. Now we'll lower the opacity of this one. Look at that! That looks really good. Hehe. Mayo feels a bit blasphemous. There's something very, very different. She's still a Mayo indeed. You can see it in her eyes. Her eyes still... They still tell you that she's a Mayo. I like all the Mayos. Tall Mayos and short Mayos are both good. But I'm definitely more used to short Mayo. The original Mayo, after all. Sí, es como muy con temática de mar. Es una dragona de jade aquí. Así que... quise darle como tonos que quedaran bien con el color. Me gusta mucho cómo quedan las flores además. Está muy bonito. Quiero dibujarla otra vez. I wanna draw her again. Ahora quiero dibujar a Mayo. Did you guys know that I miss Mayo? I miss her every day. I can't really complain about Colonel because I was very well fed when I was playing Mayo, so I can't complain. En realidad no puedo quejarme de Kernel porque cuando llevé a Mayo tuve muy buena comida. No puedo quejarme en absoluto. Hay otros efectos de color que quiero poner, pero creo que lo haré cuando esté ya todo hecho. There's a lot of other effects that I wanna add, but I'm probably gonna do that once everything is already finished. Okay, let's paint lines of these a little bit. Now it's time to deal with the rest of the clothes. Las medias siento que quedaron muy bien. I feel like the legs did turn out very well. The texture here, it turned out really good, I think. Yeah, she's got scissors. Tiene tijeras. Yeah. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, true, you're gonna see the original reference that Lime did of her. Done. There she is. Because we cannot forget, there's this golden line here. Actually, wait, we can put this here on the side. It's gonna be a lot easier. Yeah, it turned out great. He's so cute. Okay, put the gold lines in the cape. And this brush, let's use this other brush. Make it small. We're gonna make it a little bit darker. Because this way we can add some more shiny details on top. Make your character always carry around for 100% win rate. That's true. If you carry scissors and a rock, you can always win. You were already doing another art of her, so that counts. the bit there. Did you hear about the official RPG Maker forums closing? I did! Like, what the hell? It really... I hope that they at least managed to archive the forums in some way, because every time that I have trouble trying to find solutions for something RPG Maker VXAs, I've ended up in the official RPG Maker forums. It has literally saved my life so many times. So it's just a big waste of resources. I don't think they should like delete them, because it's a very bad idea. They should archive them in some way. Oh yay! It has scissors and thread, but it's not to sew clothes, it's to fix old books. True, because they also need thread to bind books. Now that the line is a bit darker, if we add a bit of light like this, stands out a little bit more in some parts. They're gonna shoot. Yeah, they don't care about all that. Really sorry. In the end, it's the users, the ones that end up doing all the work with that. Maybe they already trust that someone's gonna archive all that, but man. I wish they were more considerate of that. There's literally so many scripts and helpful resources are in the forums. It's gonna be a big waste if they just close them. It's either been on the RPG Maker forums or the Steam threads. Threads on Steam have also helped a lot with fixing a lot of issues. I guess the Wayback Machine is always gonna be there unless something terrible happens to the internet. But it shouldn't have to be that way. This already created a Discord server to coordinate preservation. That's good. I hope that they don't give them any trouble for that. Man. You can't even trust things on the internet to be preserved forever. Always gotta have backups of things. Go. Internet never forgets, except when it does. True. Man. At least we've got ways to work around that, but still really sad. I hope at least this new site is gonna... Well, I don't know if the site is new, but the platform that they wanna bring the users to, I hope that it's gonna be well organized. Okay. Now there's here a couple more lines. Things that we need to add. I think it's gonna be a bit more orange. Looks like it's a bit more saturated. There's still a lot about the shirt that I need to fix. Lots of people say they aren't going to join out of spite or distrust. Yeah, seeing the history, it's understandable. I love RPG Maker, but sometimes. Yeah, I saw the remake. It was only shown in the Japanese direct, but it was really surprising. I did not see that coming. Yo-hooo remake in 2026? Looking good, at least. Wonder if there's gonna be more remakes after that then. I wonder if the music is gonna be remade. Probably. That's gonna be interesting. Gotta back up all of Yomi's stream VODs before she deletes them to funnel viewers towards speed paints. Yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Holy shit, that would be a lot of videos to archive though. That's over 900 videos, guys. Over 900 videos. What happened here? It remakes of 1 to 5. Yeah, the PC98 ones. I have played them actually. But I think Zun said that they were not canon anymore. So maybe... I don't think they are gonna be coming back. But there's a lot of characters in there that I like a lot. Over 9,000! Can you imagine when we get over 9,000 videos? Whoa! That would be a lot. Half of those are Helltaker streams! Not anymore! I changed the category, okay? They are no longer Helltaker videos. ¿Algo tienes preparado para el especial de 1000 vídeos? No realmente. Nunca se me ocurre nada para hacer streams especiales. Siempre estoy como... Tengo demasiadas cosas en mi lista de cosas por hacer. Así que mi cerebro cada vez que piensa en qué hago para stream especial es... Pues no sé, un karaoke. Ya está, nada más. I can only think of karaokes when I think of like special streams. Haven't done one in a while actually. Hace mucho que no hago ninguno. Siempre digo que haré más y luego nunca los hago. Special stream, Yomi tries different kinds of cheese. That's like the bread tasting stream. We know how that went. The everything toast was a thing of a lifetime. Never again though, I did not like the cheese. It's still gonna take some time to render. Let's do all the folds and details first before we move on to the details. We still got the golden line in there. Some other details. Very excited about a lot of other games though too. Can't wait to see more about the Toho remake. But also, I keep thinking about the new Xenoblade and the new Fire Emblem. There's a pretty green woman in the new Fire Emblem. And a blue woman too. Special streams are just streams. If every stream is special, none of them are. Been a lot of surprising announcement. Also the Ocarina of Time remake. If I'm already so scared of the original Ocarina of Time, with how realistic they are starting to make the graphics in there, I can't imagine. That's gonna become a full-on horror game, guys. I don't think I'm playing that one. I can't imagine places like under the graveyard in the remake. Would be terrifying. He's probably scared of Gengar. Nah, Gengar's just a funny little guy. Es Majora's Mask. No. El Ocarina da miedo. El Ocarina da mucho miedo. Lo sé porque llevo como casi 5 años intentando jugarlo, avanzando con un stream cada año. Y aún sigo ahí. Aún no lo he terminado. Algún día lo acabaré. Someday I'll finish it. But it's really scary. Why is it so scary? How are children supposed to play that game? Falta skill otra vez. Pero es que da miedo. Literalmente da miedo. Ese juego no está hecho para gente cobarde como yo. Me dio miedo el árbol. El árbol daba miedo. The tree was scary. Eventualmente lo terminaré. Ya veréis. Que me tome como 10 años. Lo voy a terminar. Even if it takes me like 10 years to finish it. I will finish it. Asusta el árbol, eso ya es un problema. Daba miedito, salían las plantas del suelo y te intentaban morder y hacían mucho ruido. Tell the stream was the 1000 video special. Hey, that could be. That could actually be. Entrance stream until I don't know. I beat one of the temples. Or I beat the entire game, who knows? Till the endurance stream. I could try doing that if I ever get a controller. But Lina and Lappy would have to be with me. We're doing the adventure together, so they need to be there. I cannot do it on my own. I need everyone helping me. Okay. There we go. For leather also has a bit of shine sometimes. Like here, for example, if we put a bit of shine in it, that can help give the impression of leather. Since this is belts, we can also add some shims. I'm gonna grab this color. I'm gonna do something that I really like doing, and it's adding little seams to the clothes. I feel like it adds a lot to them. Look, we do this. Oh. That's a little bit of detail to it. Maybe darker though. Maybe they could be darker. I don't know how it could look better. Hydration check! I will in a moment. Hold on, first of all, I'm gonna finish a bit of volume to this. Endurance funds! Thank you so much, Steve! Thank you so much for the super chat! Cierto, un guardado! Eso sí que es muy importante. That is important, we gotta save. Let's drink some water. There we go. Now we continue. I think the shadow here might have to be a little bit longer too. There we go. Here are the shadows. And that is slightly different shade. Make all of these a little bit purple. Now let's add some more detail. Have a slightly darker color. Verás ahora que eres millonaria, te comprarás una ensalada, a dos incluso. Compraré 2 lechugas enteradas y me haré una ensalada con cada una. Creo que será una buena manera de celebrar. Resource. Just to show that this is a bit shiny, we're gonna add a little bit of light to them. That's all that they need. Then... I think it's looking more detailed. And on the other side. Still need to practice a lot about fabric, how it would be painted like this. It does not quite feel natural right now. It would probably be a little bit more like this. Because these belts are kind of like compressing the pants a little bit. Yo, haré, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido. Welcome to the stream. Hora de descansar. Buen trabajo. Hora del descansito. Ay, bye, Mitch. Muchas gracias por venir. Cuídate. Va a quedar bien yo místico si todo sale bien. Gonna end up Yomi-tastic. All goes well. I can help it. Ya también podemos añadirle un poco de brillo, pero no mucho. Porque la ropa muchas veces no hace tanto en cuanto a brillo. Clothes a lot of times they don't do that much in terms of light. Usually I tend to leave the cloth fabric without lighting. Because it doesn't shine in the same way that, for example, the hair would. So painting different materials in different ways, I think it's one of the important things. For example, the ribbon and the cape, they do shine because they are velvet. But the pants, I guess. Well, I guess that's up to Lime if it's velvet or not. Because she's the one that made the design. Porque siento que nos mentiste cuando dijiste que estaba casi terminado el dibujo. Sí, quizás. Estaba bastante avanzado el dibujo, pero aún le queda. Por eso hoy esto es un stream de aguante. Un stream de aguante hasta que lo termine de verdad. It's an entrance stream until I finish it for real. Party for months, let's go. Vamos. Estaba mintiendo ella misma. Un poquito quizá. Solo un poquito. Estaba motivándome. Estaba como que casi está. 23. Yippee. Thank you so much for supporting me all these months. With and without memberships. A little bit like this. It does help a little bit to have a quite more bit of light. Sí que ayuda a tener un poco más de luz en este caso. Pero sigo teniendo que estudiar mucho ropa. Still need to study a lot about how fabric works. Thanks. A lot closer to being finished than it seems, though. That's for sure. Parece que está más terminado de lo que parece, eso sí. Hacer las cintas de aquí. Ahora el libro. Book. Yellow too. There we go. Now that all the leather things are basically done, well, just a bit more here. We're gonna add a little bit of seams, like I was trying to do before. It's gonna help a lot. Tomar este color. Vamos a intentar añadir un poco de costuras. The membership badge burns away over time. My little sprout. It's blooming, it's blooming. It's a fire flower. I copied Mario, don't tell him. He's just gonna get more reasons to torment me. No le digáis a Mario que le he robado la flor de fuego. Va a encontrar más motivos para atormentarme. If we do this, it helps add the feel of something being like son? Is that the word? Que algo está cosido. añade mucho a las partes como de cuero. I feel like it adds a lot to the leather parts of a design. Only 4 more months for 4-year member badge! Very recently I actually put it in the badges, so soon you'll be able to see it. This time I did not forget. Now you start stream saying, it's me, Yomi. No. Well, maybe. Wahoo! Yippee! No one will ever find out. It's 2 years yesterday! Let's go! Congrats! Ooh, thank you all! I do appreciate it a lot. I hope I can give a lot more things for members. Pensar en eso antes de robar a Mario. Dicen por ahí, si le robas a Mario te roba tu hígado. Buena suerte, porque soy fantasma, ya no tengo hígado. Ya no puede robarme nada. No puede hacerme daño. Each member should get a card from Yomi. Imagine if I had enough to give everyone a card. That would be great. You would have to come pick them up though, because I don't know how to drive. So I wouldn't be able to bring you guys the cars. No podría traeros los coches porque no sé conducir. For your members should get candies from Yomi. I'll consult that with my cats. Can drive either. Yippee! Machis! Maybe one day we will learn how to drive. Today is not that day. Driving! It just looks really scary. I think here could also be one. There we go. I feel like it adds a lot. It's a really tiny detail, but it really adds to the texture of the leather. Oh wait, it's saving? I think it's out to save. Let's save ourselves. Can drive? That a joke? I'm too American to understand. Been driving since I was 16 years old. Yeah, I don't know how to drive. There's a thing. I think it's one of the differences between European cities and American cities. It's the European cities are much more walkable. I've heard a lot from a lot of people who have like visited Europe. Even friends who have like come here to visit and were like, wait, you can actually walk in here. Cities in Europe are a lot more walkable. You can go to places, buy food a lot more easily. There's also a lot of public transport. So you don't really need to know how to drive forcibly. It really makes things easier to know how to drive and have a car, but here there's things are a lot more easily to go by foot from one place to another. Oh yeah, let's make a poll. Why not? Let's find out the percentage. How many of us can drive? Can you drive? Yes and no. Let's find out. Sadly, I cannot vote, but imagine that I have voted no. It was one funny thing that I'm so used to going everywhere by foot that, for example, when Lina came to visit, she was like, "Wow, you want to walk everywhere." Like, my sense of time, of how long it takes to go from one place to another, is sort of distorted because I'm like, "Oh yeah, we can walk to this place. It's only like 20 minutes." 20 minutes walk is nothing. You know, it's swing exercise. But here in Europe, for example, in Spain, we have a lot of trains, we have buses, so people can easily take the train to go to another city for work. Even the bus, there's even buses for that. That's a lot of kilometers! How long did that take? Like, thinking about the distances in, for example, the USA, it feels like a much bigger proportion whenever I hear about like the distances there. And cities also being so big. 10 hours, 30 minutes! Holy shit! That would be a lot here. Could visit like 5 different countries in that distance. Caminando a mi casa en vez de usar transporte público. Creo que caminando ese lugar hasta mi casa sería como 1 hora. Ya, eso es una caminata bastante normal en mis estándares. In my standards, like walking for an hour or so, that's a pretty normal walk from one place to another. Maybe it's a bit on the long side, but it would still be like a normal amount of walking in my standards. I don't walk much and I don't go out much, but if I have to go anywhere, I tend to walk a lot. Walking is free. No, Johnny Cat, you gotta drive safely. That is still a lot, though. It is still a lot. Remember to drive safely. Sometimes I have had dreams that I've been driving. And every time that I'm driving in a dream, I'm just so confused to what I'm doing. Since I don't know how to drive, my brain just invents how to do it. Como no sé conducir, cada vez que sueño que estoy conduciendo algo, mi cerebro se inventa el cómo funciona. Most of the time, I'm not the one doing the driving in my dreams. I dream a lot about trains and buses, as you may know. I had 2 recent dreams about trains and buses. I wrote them down in my list of train dreams. I haven't had that many this year so far. Press the turn car button. True, it's just pressing buttons, right? You just press buttons and move levers. And then you spin the wheel. That's how you drive, right? I just don't want to be in charge of a big metal machine. It's really scary. One time I did dream that I had a car, and then the car got stolen in my dream. That was kind of funny. Actually, wait. No, it was not my car. I was watching over someone's car, and then the car got stolen with me inside. Now I remember. Never dreamt about driving, huh? No mechas for Yomi? No, I would be too scared. Pilot a mecha. Too much. If small robot already scary, I can't imagine big robot. Ni siquiera en mis sueños sale bien. No hay que dejarme coches a mi cargo. Cannot leave cars in my charge. They will end up stolen. Or worse. It's from my experience in my dreams. I think we're nearly done with these. Ya casi está. Faltan las botellitas y poco más. La capa. There's only the bottles left and then the cape. Oh yeah, and also the gold here. No, you'll make a Gardenia, no. I would be the pilot that gets the robot destroyed on the first episode. Okay. That line here. I really like how it's turning out, I think. Me gusta bastante cómo está quedando. Flirt is a little bit. Oh yeah, let's not forget the apple also has a lines of the apple. We also gotta paint those. The chain. Fix this a bit more. like this could be a little bit better. Oh, I think I know what's happening. I think I accidentally pressed the change the speed of the mouse of the button. There we go. Now it's good. For some reason, this mouse that I have has a little button close to the wheel that if you press it, it changes the speed at which the mouse is moving on the screen. And sometimes I press it by accident and the mouse all of a sudden starts going super slow. Okay. The one final change here inside the ribbons. Lines. Here in the foot, at the bit borderable. The boots are also supposed to be a little bit velvety. Get a bit of shine here and there. It's not gonna help with that. Oh wow! Oh my god, Letty! Letty has been summoned! Wow! Oh! Letty! I hope that her meows don't get cut off by the noise gate. As I said the noise gate earlier, so maybe now it blocks the meows. That would be tragic. Another downside to the noise gate. More over here. Okay. Now just missing the tubes. Let's add a bit of seams here too. Here on the side only. No, the meows were blocked! The noise gate is terrible! Our adorable meows were not captured. It's the price we have to pay if we want a noise-free stream. At least it doesn't seem like it's cutting my voice. If it does, do let me know. See what to do about it. At least it doesn't seem like it is. Okay, ink bottles time. For the ink bottles. Oh, I think we got it safe. Here. I'm gonna make the inside of the bottles first. Since behind there's the brown leather, we're just gonna make a very light brown on the inside. Portals are gonna be very small, so we don't have to spend too much on the details. Not really necessary. Just make sure that the colors like distant enough. Make sure that the shapes right. I feel like some of them turned out slightly different sizes. Fix that real quick. Now, since glass has some thickness to it, I'm gonna draw the outline. Something really fast at least. There we go. Next step. That a darker color. It's okay if we cover the leather parts on top, because we're gonna redo those in a moment. That's gonna be last thing since they're at the top of the tubes. Bit of white. In the tubes. With that, I think it's enough. Mono, welcome! It's CMY ink. It's actually different sorts of I don't remember what was it. Lime told me what each of them is. They're like components. I know that the black one is ink, the red one is blood, I think the yellow one is gold, and I don't remember what the silver one is. But Lime did tell me the other day. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Drawing a friend's OC today. Darker. Can make this a bit of purple. If I zoom in too much, it starts looking all very pixelated like this. Try to avoid putting too much detail when that happens. It means that any detail that I put is gonna be like super small. That scale. lines don't have to be perfect. There we go. This needs to be a bit thicker. I always end up putting so many details regardless. My brain is not at ease if I don't do it. There we go. I think with that, the tubes, they look well enough. Look at how tiny they are. Here I am, doing all this super small details. Okay, the next thing to do is to finish the white shirt. And I think that's the last thing that there is to render. After that, we can just do all the final color adjustments. Maybe a little bit more of details in the hair. For example, here. After that, it will be done. I hope it looks a bit under detailed compared to the rest. There we go. Now it's a bit better. So, let's go for the shirt. I think what the shirt needs is a slightly in between color between the shadow and the light. I'm gonna make it orange, like a very, more like a red, it's more like a salmon color. Because the shirt is not exactly white, it's more of a very, very light ochre. It adds to the color palette and it gives it a bit more of a warm feel overall. The way that the fabric distributes light, it's not the same way that the skin does it, so it's still something that I need to learn a bit more. I tend to add the different colored border of the shadows all the time in all the parts, when sometimes some materials don't really have it that much. But it looks good. So at least that. Got the yellow too. Like a mix of both. Here in the inside. Over. I feel like the inside needs to be a bit more contrast. You know how long this drawing has taken you so far? Not that much. Actually, yeah. I did start it some days ago. I don't remember exactly when, but it was. I think it might have been at the end of last week. Probably on Sunday or Monday. Sunday of last week or Monday of this week. But I've been working on and off on it. So for now I would say 6 hours? Around 6-7 hours. Why did I say that? No, my maths. I said the thing. It was not on purpose. I hope Lime is not here anymore or she'll laugh at me for this. I said the funny number. No! I didn't mean to. It was not on purpose. 6 hours. Let's leave it at 6 hours. No more, no less. Only 6 hours. Anything more is forbidden. No funny numbers allowed. I think I like it a lot more like this. Like the contrast on the inside. Very desaturated purple. I think it does help. Put a second here. Siempre digo el número de alguna manera. Juro que ha sido por accidente. Yo no quería. Estaba calculando. Sé que hay una manera de hacer que el Clip Studio grabe cuánto rato toma un dibujo, pero no sé dónde se configura. I don't know where to check that. I'm gonna check. The Clip Studio, how to check how long a file has taken. I see the time spent on the file. Window information work time. What is that information? Oh, here. What? How do I check the work time? No idea. I don't know how to check it actually. Doesn't say the amount. If you're using an older version, there's no way to do it. Yeah, I think my version does not have it. It might not have it. Might be an older version. We'll never know. Just notice the copy goal. Yeah. I don't expect it to be completed anytime soon, but it's there if anyone wants to add a little bit of help. It's of course completely optional. There's no pressure at all. And for now, I think what I should do also is add a bit of information on the visual novel itself. But I gotta find a way, figure out a way to be able to show a bit of that too. By the way, good news! Chapters 1 and 2 are finished. I'm now working on chapter 3. Once I've got chapter 4 finished, release a demo. Of course I gotta finish all the art and all that, that's gonna take a while. But having the chapters written is the first step, and one of the most important ones. So it's some progress. PC expenses, we'll see about that. For now it's not the biggest priority. My PC is fine. It's the strongest laptop I've ever had. Here. Let's try adding some more folds. Does these would help a bit more? The folds would go. I think they would go like this. Don't know what I'm doing here, to be honest. I think this helps a little bit. Get a bit of the shadows there. We just need to fix the tape. The border got a little bit thin by the painting now. Welcome back, Lime! I'm almost done! Almost done with the goblin! Gotta finish some of the fabric here and there. It will be done. Adding detail is really fun. It's the most fun part of doing paint over paint. Same thing. I really want to learn how to do proper fabric folds, so I've just been winging them a little bit. This would be shadowed like this anyway. Saturated. Of course, let's not forget that there's another thingy here. He's a little stick. He needs to eat healthy. He needs to eat something else that isn't just berries. Needs to eat some meat and vegetables. Okay. I'm not even sure about the fabric here. I have to be a bit different. There we go. This feels a bit more correct. What about apples? She's shaped like an apple. She's so apple shaped. Chestnuts and sweet potatoes. Those are really good. Very autumn foods also. She's got a very autumn design. Yamashikot! How's it going? Welcome to the stream! All over here. There we go. Glad you're doing well. I'm almost done with this cherry. We're almost finished. I think the last thing I gotta do, I wanna take some of the lines in here a bit, so we can keep the contrast between the different parts of the design a bit more. think the only last things left to do are painting the hair a little bit more, maybe adding some more tiny details, and then some color filters. Post-processing. Let's do that. And even with the filter, you can still hear the cats going insane in the background. But sadly, you cannot hear the cats themselves. No. Okay, we got some lights over here. Finish decorating. Drawing a little bit more. Yay, thank you! This is Lime's character. Next character for a D&D campaign. She's the daughter of the Goblin King. Me go. Nunca he llegado a ver antes vídeos directos de personas dibujando, ahora veo que los tuyos puedo ver todos los detalles que un dibujo puede llegar a tener. Sí, toma mucho tiempo hacer dibujos. Yo porque soy súper perfeccionista, me acabo tardando un montón poniendo detalles. Pero hay gente que lo es aún más. Hay gente que se tarda días y horas y horas y horas. Y acaban haciendo dibujos increíbles, llenos de detalles. Además que no es tan diferente de dibujar a mano. Simplemente las herramientas son diferentes. Porque también tenemos que... Aunque sea digital, también tenemos que poner cada línea manualmente. Adopted daughter or abducted daughter. Kind of both. She's literally both, isn't she? Las dos cosas. Fue secuestrada y adoptada. Okay. So, one last thing. Let's some more lines for contrast here. Little ingredient. Gonna be turned into apple pie. She's like an apple. I wanna make more apple pie. This reminded me of the apple pie I did the other day. It was so good. The strawberry cake too. I wanna make more of both. Bit more light here. Now let's add some final detail. You probably don't need to add extra hairs this time. I want to fix this one a bit though. Usually I end up adding some extra hairs here and there to make the hair look a little bit more natural. This time it doesn't feel too necessary because she already has a lot of wild hairs. Also think about making an apple pie. Do it, do it, do it, do it. It's gonna be very worth it. And it's gonna turn out so delicious. homegrown apples even. Encima manzanas caseras. Va a ser aún mejor. Yo he vuelto a plantar patatas. A ver si salen. I planted some potatoes again. See if they grow too. Growing your own plants and vegetables, it is so fun. Being able to eat them afterwards. They taste even better than store-bought ones. Okay, this is mostly finished. So, now that this is done... Wait, no! Oh, I forgot something important! The cape! We're not done with the cape! No hemos terminado con la capa. Alright. Cape time. After that, it is the end. And add a bit of texture at the border. It's not just the gradient. Mix it a little bit with the floor. Here too. Nacimiento, no, lo prometí. Prometí que lo terminaría. Eso quiere decir que hoy esto se termina. En el directo. Tengo que cumplir mis promesas. Need to fulfill my promises. This drawing will be finished today, on stream. A bit more blending. Now that this is done, we're gonna add gold. Did you get used to Clip Studio Paint? Yeah, I did! It's actually very useful. Nowadays I use it a lot more than Sai. I still use Sai for my chibis, but I love the brushes I've got on Clip Studio. They are so good. Also, Yo-hooo Lampri, welcome! The lower details, my idea was like dirty gold. Leave the touch gold. So it would be more like kind of like stain like this? A little bit more like this instead of just a line. Kind of like a burn border. Gotcha. Clip Studio Paint Clip Studio Paint also has some very useful resources. For example, auto actions that let you put filters automatically. Yo, welcome back, Kairi! I'm nearly done with the drawing. I'm just adding the final details. And then I'll do a little bit of post-processing. But especially the brushes of Clip Studio are what's keeping me using it. The brushes are so good. There's a lot of free ones in the store even. You can also use 3D models for reference inside the program. I haven't tried it much. I tried it the other day to draw a horse for the game that we're making, and it did not turn out so well. I even have an artistic depiction of how I was feeling that day. Let me see if I can find it. My experience trying to use a 3D model for reference. Where is he? Here. This was me the other day, trying to figure out how to use a horse 3D model for reference. Never again. Yeah! Oh my god, this time it didn't get cut off! Ching! Wow, wow! Ching! It's one of my cats. Big Changus. He's a baby. He's like 13 years old. He's an old man, but he's the most baby old man in the world. You're so cute. He's also a very big cat. Just draw a Numa Musume and take away the Musume. Ah, if only I had thought of that back then. Let's go. It is kind of like the border of a leaf. It does really add to the autumn vibe. I'm gonna leave it in only this darker gold color, because if I add too much of the shiny yellow, it's gonna make the cape stand out too much on the inside. The cape is like the back layer of the design, so we don't want it to stand out as much as the front layer, which would be like the main body. That's gonna be for the final adjustments that we're gonna do in a moment. Wow! Wow! Being very dramatic. Make sure that the color doesn't eat the lines much. There we go. Oh, huh. What happened in here? I'm gonna extend this a little bit more. What if you eat your goblin? Then she's gonna become your ingredient. You won't be able to play as her in the next campaign if you eat her. You cannot eat the goblin yet. Okay. Let's make a layer to paint on top of the entire drawing. Wait, first of all, I'm gonna hide the background and I'm gonna make a duplicate of the entire thing in a single layer, so we can add some final effect. First thing that I like doing is blurring the whole thing with the Gaussian blur at like 30 intensity. So the drawing ends up like this. One cool thing is that since it's only the drawing itself without the background, the border turns out a lot more solid. So it helps make the outline stand out more. Now I lower it at like 15% and set it as overlay. It gives a bit of a kind of bloom effect So after that, the next thing that I like doing for post-processing is what I call the egg. The egg works like this. With a soft brush, red on the center. Then yellow around it. Finally, purple or blue on the outline. Now, overlay. Lower the opacity. Like 10%. And this really helps make the colors stand out a lot more. It can also be done with some other effects, but I haven't played that much with the rest of effects in Clip Studio. With screen it also looks pretty good if it's on low opacity. It makes everything much lighter. With color and hue, it doesn't look that bad either. If we increase it, it looks like this. That's a bit too much. Then let's just set it as overlay. Maybe only one overlay. The blur one can stay as like just a low opacity layer. Next one, and select the whole thing. Make sure to get all the outline. Now increase the selection. And selection by like 10 pixels. We're gonna get purple color. We're gonna paint the whole outline with that. Why would that be, Yomi? We'll find out. I follow a lot of steps for like post-processing, and a lot of times it's very experimental. I try to keep to the same ones lately, so I can make my style a bit more consistent. But I always end up trying some new things from time to time when it comes to these. Now that I've got this entire outline in purple, I'm gonna blur it a little bit. We're gonna make it 130 or so. See how it makes like a very glowy outline on all the outside? Let's put the background again. Now what I do is set these to color. And then I lower the opacity. What color or hue? I think hue looks a bit better. Makes the colors a bit more vivid. This helps give the outline this kind of change to purple that looks pretty nice. Like this. You can barely see the difference. I think if we zoom in, it can be more noticeable. Here on the outline, for example. Now it's a bit more noticeable. Basta duplicar la capa y poner un gradiente arcoíris de modo saturación con menos opacidad. Es más o menos lo que hago con esta capa, con la capa de overlay esta. Y la verdad es que ayuda bastante. Hace que los colores, sobre todo del centro, destaquen mucho más. It's what I call the egg layer. This one is now in low opacity, at like 15% or so. It really helps make the colors at the center stand out a lot more. And then final effect. Well, not the final effect. There's still a couple more effects to do. One of the final effects I like doing is grabbing a very, very light purple. We're gonna put that on all the parts that are on like the back layer of the chip. For example, all of the cape. Put that in all of the cape. Sometimes painting it manually is a lot better, because having to like outline the whole shape perfectly to paint it, it's pretty impossible. We do something like this. It already works out pretty well. Let's lower the opacity so we can see what's behind much better. Hey! Oh my god, another cat! Tastes like apple and cinnamon. Apple and cinnamon is a very good combination. What's up, lady? You're so cute! Ow, don't bite me! Oh, wow! Here. The reason I do this is because since the cape is on like the back layer of the design, it looks like it blends a bit more with the front of the body. Doing this helps add a layer of depth to the whole chibi and makes both parts separate a little bit more. Kind of the same with the hair behind here a little bit. For example, this strand of hair, a little bit here, in here. Well, first let's finish the cape. If I get distracted painting anything else. There are people who manage to paint all the colors like right off the bat without needing any sort of post-processing like this, and it's amazing. I usually like how my colors end up, but this always helps enhance them a lot more. All these extra steps. Okay, now let's see. Here only on this little section, I think. Right now it's very visible, but we're gonna integrate it a lot better. There we go. Okay, now that the back layer is now painted on this, let's do that here too. And here. Sometimes the strands of hair also have a bit of different layers in them. First, I'll delete a little bit of them. With the blur. The contrast is not too much. Now we're gonna set it as overlay is barely visible, so we're just gonna lower it for now. think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the color to a bit more purple. Oh, we set it to 2. No. Saturation. Not brightness either. I never have a specific one to use for these. Then I experiment a little bit with the layer modes. This one, lighten, kinda does help. It works. But I think I'll leave it as normal without any sort of layer effect. Here I think we do need the layer, the cape line. We can still have the separation between the hair and the cape, otherwise they blend together a bit too much. I guess we can add slightly more layer of these. Okay, I think this is all. At least for the layer adjustment. There's still some more that we can do. Right now I just noticed that this is also a little bit off. Okay, that's way too much. Magic effect that keeps her warm. That would be nice. If we get a magic item like in the current campaign, that would be pretty cool. Okay, final effects. Let's try adding a little bit of gradient to the eyes too. That it does, for example, overlay makes it way too red. Oh, that's too much. Usually for darkening things, color burn does help, but it makes it a bit too much. A lot of experimenting. Ooh, her dad did that cape for her to keep her always comfy. Cute! That is really cute. This one kinda helps. Overlay here also does help. It darkens it a little bit while still keeping the color quite vivid, so I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay, that's almost all. All that's left is to add a noise texture. And then chromatic aberration. Got the noise texture. Gonna put it to 20%. Now if we zoom in, you can see that there's a bit of noise. It's just a layer that is on top of the whole thing. The noise texture always really helps even the most flat colors stand out a bit more. It really helps a lot. And now we're gonna merge all the layers together separately. Now, wait, without the background. And with this, we're gonna open it in another file. And we're gonna separate the RGB channels. I've got them separate now. You can see all the 3 different channels. We're gonna copy the channels to the original. I'm gonna make sure that they are placed in the same spot. Because the image is different size, so drawing ended up in... Oh, I forgot about the mouse! Guys, I forgot about the mouse. I forgot to detail the mouse. I never noticed! No! Why does this always happen? Never mind! We're going back! Not over yet! I forgot about the mouse! It always happens. I'm gonna take a moment though. Just making sure that it's not like super grainy and pixelated. At least with the teeth, because the teeth do look a bit too grainy and pixelated. Bring back capes into fashion, so true! I wish capes were popular. Capes look so cool. We should bring back capes. So much fashion potential. We're not using it. ¿Qué tantas cosas puedo olvidar yo en un directo? Demasiadas. Esto siempre me pasa. Estoy en los últimos pasos de los arreglos finales y entonces me doy cuenta de que me falta algo. Siempre me pasa. This always happens. Like I'm in the final parts of the final adjustments, the final steps of all, and then I realize that I have forgotten something. It always happens. Okay, just a bit more. Thing I like doing. Maybe here not so much because it's chibi, but I like adding a little bit more color in the lower lip. This helps make the mouth look a little bit less just slapped in there, without making it look too realistic. Adjust it a little bit. This should be all. Should be everything. Now we can go back to all the post-processing. Fortunately, we don't have to change anything because the blurred layer, it's not that different, right? Oops, the teeth look separated now. I think it's fine. Okay, we're gonna do that again, but first, let me save Clip Studio. Hay que guardar. New layer. Actually, we could just do the channels here. They would already appear in the right place. But I'm gonna have to undo the mixing of channels. There we go. Okay, now we've got channels in the right place. There's the final two steps. I'm gonna zoom in a lot so we can see what we're moving. And we're gonna move the red layer 1 pixel to the left, 1 down. Now we've got a little tiny bit of chromatic aberration. From far away, I feel like it adds a very nice feel. Since I only move it 1 pixel to the left, I think for this one it's gonna look a bit better because it's not so big of a drawing. In bigger drawings it works a bit better if you move it a bit more, but for this I think this is enough. And lastly, now there's a problem, and it's with the transparency. Because if we set the background as black now, you're gonna notice a little problem. It's this. You can see a little bit of the lines coming out of the TV. I'm gonna use this opportunity to fix this a bit. There we go. Okay, so to avoid that, what we're gonna do will be, we're gonna take the darkest color of the outside lines, this very dark purple. Now we're gonna select all the outline. All the outline. Imagine a kid being gifted to her as a kid and it just grows with her. That's so cute. That's adorable. I think it fits very well. Now we're gonna increase the selection 3 pixels so it overlaps a little bit with the lines. Maybe even 2 pixels only. Select, expand, 2 pixels. Just so it manages to cover all the red lines that are now here. And now we paint all of these in color of the lines. There'll be a problem down there in the cape because we've got this very much more gray color here. We can fix that easy. I'm gonna color that piece instead manually. This way the chromatic aberration is only gonna be... It's only gonna be on the inside of the chibi and not the outline. There we go. Manual adjustment. Sometimes in tiny corners like these, where the selection doesn't reach, fix it manually. But aside from that, I think it's done. Finished! I fulfilled my promise! We have finished this art today! Let's go! I was thinking that if I finished it soon enough, maybe I could have worked on something else too, but it's been nearly 4 hours and I have fulfilled my mission. I didn't call her baby an aberration! It was the chromatic aberration, not her, no! There's still some last issues I want to fix. Like here, I feel like there's not much of color difference. I'm gonna add one more line. I think with that is all. Done! My work here is done for today. There's still more work to be done, but that's gonna be next day. For now, I will be coming back tomorrow for more RFL. We gotta continue the story. We gotta go through the Cave of Life and reach the temple and all that stuff that we left for next day. But for now, I have fulfilled my promise. I still have a lot of drawings to continue, so next week I probably will continue either the adoptable from last week, if I haven't finished it yet by then, or also the pixel art that I was doing 2 weeks ago. So I don't think I'm gonna run out of drawings to do anytime soon. I have a lot of other ideas that I wanted to do if I run out of works in progress, so the drawings won't stop anytime soon. Duramos más jugando a Rapel el otro viernes. Es verdad, en realidad es cierto. Pero no pasa nada, porque por hoy ya estoy. Era hasta que cumplía mi promesa y he cumplido mi promesa. Yo creo que la misión de hoy está cumplida. For today, I would say mission complete. So, this will be all for today. Thank you all so much for accompanying me. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarme hoy. Volveré mañana con Arafel y a ver si esta vez puedo derrotar a los goblins que hay allí. Hopefully this next stream I'll be able to defeat the goblins that are in there. Speaking of goblins today. So, for now, take care everyone, and I will see you next time. Por ahora cuidaos mucho y nos veremos en la próxima. Bye bye. That's true, non-drivers won. Oh my god.